Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brescher here. Today we're going to be working on the development of Standard 7AF.5, finding the slope of a line when given its graph. But we're actually going to take it a step further. So my goal is that we will all be able to find the slope, m, of a line when given 2 points on the line. We have to realize again that slope is equal to rise over run. If you're not aware of this, you might want to go back and review one of the lessons on slope. Okay, so here we have our 2 points, 3, 2. And what we're going to do is we're going to start by graphing those 2 points. Okay, 3, I'm going to go to the right 3 and up 2, and I make my point. And then I go to the right 5 and up 6 to make my next point. Whoops. There we go. Now, if we connect them, we've already made the graph, and that's what our standard says, to find the slope when given the graph. You don't really have to have the line there, so we're going to eliminate that. The first thing we need to do is realize again that slope is equal to rise over run. And we need to find the rise over the run and put it there. So when I look at my graph here, the rise is the amount that I go up or down. And it doesn't matter if you start with this point or this point. For this example, I'm going to start here. My rise is 1, 2, 3, 4 units. So I came up 4 units. And I'm going to go ahead and write that down over here. And then my run, I'm coming over or to the right 2 units. Now since I'm going right, that is a positive 2, and we have our rise over run. Now in order to write this as slope, we have to simplify it, and we get 2 over 1. Some people like to keep it as an improper fraction, or you could actually write m is equal to 2, because that's your slope. Moving on to another example. So in this next problem, again, remember, slope is rise over run. So the first thing we want to do is try to write it as a rise over run once we've graphed our 2 points. So -2, -5. I graphed that point, and now I'm going to graph the next one. A +3 and a -9. So I come down to 9, and we have our next point. Again, if you connect those 2 points, you can make the line graph and then find the slope between these 2 points or of this line. I'm going to eliminate that line graph so we can see the arrows showing rise over run. So if I start with this point this time, my rise is actually going down 1, 2, 3, 4 units. Since it's going down, the rise is not just 4, it's actually a -4. And then my run would be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units to the right. Since it's going to the right or toward the positive numbers, we have a value of, whoa, that should be equal to 5. Okay, so we got that fixed, and it's -4/5 then. So we would write m is equal to -4 over 5. Now, you could put the negative sign out in front if you want, or you could put it with the bottom number. Either way is fine. If you went in a different direction and you started with this point, now your rise would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and your run would actually be -5. So you can see that it's the same answer. It's just if we did it in this direction, now we would have -5 as our run and a +4. But the slope is still the same. So -4/5 is the same as this value up here of -4/5. One more example here. we have the points 3 comma negative 1, 3, negative 1, and we have negative 2, negative 8. So I go to negative 2, negative 8. Again, I can make the line, or I can get rid of it. Either way is fine. The next thing we're going to do, remember, slope is written as rise over run, and we're going to find our rise first. So I'm going to use a blue again to show the rise. In this direction, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's coming up 7 units. So my rise is a positive 7, and my run is going to be 1, 2 units to get to 0, and then another 3 units. So I have a run of 5, and since it's to the right, it's a positive value again. So my slope in this particular one would be m equals 7/5. And I know some of you are probably thinking, but this is an improper fraction. But when we write it as slope, we like to keep it as an improper fraction. Could you convert it to 1 2/5 or 1.4? Sure, you could. But it's just going to work out better with your different equations, or if you do slope-intercept form or point-slope form, to keep it as an improper fraction. But that's how you find the slope of a line when given 2 points. I hope this helped you out. See ya!